Hey, 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 my friends. How are we doing this morning? Now, I have been asking studio owners lately when you think about what your dream life and your dream business look like, most of them will say freedom. That's what the dream is. May not be what they're feeling because they really yearn for a business that gives them financial freedom or time freedom to spend with their families and their friends and really, enjoy the time that we have here. Or a lot of them will say travel. And my goodness, some say all three. I want all three, right? And so I want to dive into this topic this week to really have a conversation about how you can get to have all the freedom you could ever want. Plus, I want to share with you how you can use your business to leverage those other things. So if you're joining me, say hello. What's up? Let me know that you're here. I want to know who's with me here today. And I want you to know if you come back in on the replay, that's okay as well. Let us know though, so we can continue the conversation because this is about us having a chat. It is about me learning about you and being able to share with you maybe some thoughts, some ideas. And so that's what this is all about. So say hello. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Good morning. I'm going to start singing my good morning song to y'all. Good morning to you, even though I'm not a singer. Sorry. I sing an awful lot for not identifying as a singer, right? Let me know. I know I do. I just can't help it. I don't think it's the fact that I don't think I'm a singer. It's the whole early childhood educator, preschool, tiny tot teacher in me. I just can't help myself. So, anywho, if you stumbled upon this somehow, welcome to the crazy train. I am Erin Bird, and I support dance studio owners and educators to really grow their businesses without the burnout, the overwhelm, or sacrificing your personal life because you actually don't have to. You can have all the passion and you can have the problem. Thank you. I was feeling a little like I'm going to pull it back. I'm in the midst, y'all. I don't know if you saw my post on my personal page, but I'm thinking about changing it up again. It's been a couple years and I'm thinking about doing something crazy. No, it's not crazy, but I'm thinking about changing it up. But anyway, so I'm like in this funky in between because it's kind of growing out situation. So thanks, Michelle. I appreciate you telling me that you like my hair. Okay, so if you are joining us, let us know. We want to say hello to you. And my friends, here's the thing. We learn out loud around here. Now, when I say learn out loud, I know sometimes it feels like, Erin, how am I going to talk to you right now? Because this isn't a Zoom. I'm not sitting in front of you in the same room face to face. But the way that we do that is by using our keyboard, and we are going to get in there. So if you have an aha moment, if you have a little nugget, and obviously we want you to be part of the conversation, so that means you need to type it in so we can have a conversation. Okay, and my friends, today I need your help because this really has to be a conversation for me to help you. So my first question as we dive into this idea today of freedom, right? When it comes to freedom in your business, freedom in your personal life, what does that mean for you? What are you yearning for? Are you yearning for more financial freedom? Are you yearning for more time to spend at home or with your kids? Are you yearning to travel more and experience the world and all the amazing things that it has to offer? Let me know in the chat, like when you think of freedom for yourself and for your business, right? What does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? And as you're typing them in, I'm going to tell you a little bit of story. Story time with Erin. Okay. So when I first decided to launch my own business, I, at the time, was working in corporate human resources. Now, pretty good at it, truth be told. But it required me to be away from my kiddos who were little at the time. Well, actually, I only had one at the time. Bella was really little, and I like just born situation. And I had a moment of like, I don't want to be gone so much. I want to be, my husband and I sat down and we talked about like what was really our values and what was important to us. And I wanted to be at home, to be like, to have dinner with them. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, I personally don't feel like I could be a full-time stay-at-home mom. I don't necessarily feel fulfilled in that way. So I knew for myself that I didn't want to just stay home, right? But I wanted something that gave me flexibility, and I wanted to be home at night and on the weekends, so I could go to soccer games and go and do all the extracurricular activities and do all of that. And what we were seeing at the time was that in this corporate human resources job, I was working a lot of hours. I was salaried, and I sometimes would have to put in, 12-hour days, 10-hour days. I'd have to stay late when something happened. I would have to, there was all sorts of demands because of the workload and the responsibility factor. And I realized that this wasn't it. It wasn't cutting it for me. And so I was really yearning for time. But the truth was that I needed the financial side too. I couldn't just up and leave, my job, because I had responsibilities. We had bills to pay. We all got bills to pay, right? So I had to really, Justin and I got together and we had to be creative about how are we going to make this work for us, where then I can transition out of this corporate job and create something that really works for us and our family, that gives us the financial freedom, but the time freedom. Now, the travel piece, I think I've told you guys before, when I was a kid and people would ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I would say a dancer or a nomad. Anybody else? Was that your response? You want to be a nomad? Well, let me know. But I knew like I just had this spirit, this soul that just wanted to travel the world and learn about different cultures and that sort of thing. Did anybody else want to be a nomad when they grew up? Just me. So anywho, I knew like the travel part, that was always a given for me. And when I was in like the moment that I got into college and was able to decide certain things for myself, I started traveling. And goodness gracious, my world expanded. And like to see not only all of that was possible out there, but I could go on and on about travel. Anybody else want to be a nomad? Nobody else is chiming in here. Either that or my stuff isn't popping up yet. Which is it? Okay. You're yearning for the studio to be able to run without you. Where are my hand clappers? You can get there. Now, I'm going to tell you something. So, fast forward. Years, later. And as my kiddos have gotten older, they're not, growing out of the house yet. Thank goodness. I still have a few more years. Bella's in high school, and I'm seeing that, clock tick, and like, how much longer is she going to be here with me? So anywho, as the years have gone, there have been different times inside of our business where I've decided through different seasons, like, what is it that I want? And there have been seasons where I'm like, I need to remove myself essentially from the day-to-day business side of things. There's been times where I've reinserted myself into the classroom, reinserted myself for various reasons from a leadership standpoint. And so you get to decide, and you can have a business where it pretty much runs without you, right? If that's what you so desire. And so I want you to know that freedom can happen for you, my friend. It absolutely can. Okay. So What does freedom? Hey, hello there. Hey. Get a little drink here. Okay, so what does freedom look like for you? As you were thinking about your goals and thinking about the new season ahead, what is it that freedom looks like to you? Is it financial? Is it time? Is it travel? One of the things that I have to say is it. I get a little. So I'm going to break down into three things. Financial, number one. So many times when I talk to studio owners and I ask them about finances, obviously the first thing is like everyone gets a little right? And I know that money isn't something that we, I guess, in our culture openly talk about enough. And so when I talk about finances and financial freedom, yes, financial freedom, a lot of times I hear people get a little about it. And it's not because I'm trying to like get all up in your business and be nosy, but the financial piece is directly affects the time piece and the travel piece and the retirement piece. It all is connected, right? You can't do more when you're poor. So, when I start off talking about the financial freedom piece, we need to look at a couple things. Number one, if you are in a place right now, I want you to know, can you lean in with me real quick on all of these? Because I don't want to feel like a little bit of a negative Nancy, but lean in here real quick. One of the mantras that we talk about a lot in our community, and I, even for myself, have to give myself grace sometimes. So I always lean in and say, up until now, I blah, 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 right? Up until now, I didn't feel like I had a handle on my finances. Up until now, right? So you guys get it? Drop it in. That is a nugget for you. If you guys aren't using that for yourself, you should. I'm going to type it here. Hopefully you can see it. Okay, so up until now, right? Because so many times we're like, oh, and we are hard on ourselves, but we say, no, we're going to change that, right? So this is moving forward. Hello, good morning. So I'm seeing them pop up now. So good morning. So we're talking about freedom, financial freedom, time freedom, and travel freedom. Okay, so, and I think that there's this big, huge surge. Obviously, for now, we have a lot of people who are more so digital nomads and they're roaming around. And so I think there's a big influx on the whole travel piece too. So, I mean, well, we could talk about that. But when it comes to financial freedom, there's a couple like check-in places that I want you guys to think about. Is number one, are you paying yourself, and are you paying yourself consistently as a studio owner? That's number one. Let me know. You deserve to be paid. Like, you're working hard. Let's be honest. This takes work. It's not just like you closed your eyes and you will, bippity boppity boo, and all of a sudden you had this magical dance studio that was running all on its own. Right? Right. Okay. So if you're not, we're gonna have a talk about that real quick in a loving sort of velvet covered brick way. So if you are not paying yourself a salary and consistently, that is your first goal. That is your first goal, is to pay yourself. If you are using, also number two, right? Number two would be if you have dips in cash flow like the summer, and you are pulling into your own personal savings or whatnot, you and your spouse are using that to cover, expenses. That is a second goal is to, no, the business should be self-sustaining. You should be able to run your, pay all your bills through the whole year. You should give yourself a check, right? And so many studio owners, they know this, like they know that's what they're supposed to do. They just don't know how to get there because they were never taught. Raise your hand. Tell me how many of you were actually taught, like, before going into business how to set yourself up for success financially? Well, let me know. Want to know if that was part of it. Okay. Now, number 3, how many of you are actually investing in your retirement? Are you putting money into a 401k or into, stocks and bonds and have a financial advisor who's helping you set yourself up for success? Oh no, is it frozen in my back? Let me know. My friends. Oops. Let me know. I need to know from other people. Is it frozen for you? Okay, so summer coming up. Never taught, right? Okay. Okay. I'm sorry it's frozen for you, but hopefully it'll kick back in soon. But everyone else says it's good. See my mate. It's that kind of morning. Espresso. Okay, awesome, guys. Thank you so much. That's super helpful. I just want to make sure that everybody is getting this crazy show that I'm doing this morning. Okay, so paying yourself consistently. Number 1. Number 2, making sure our cash flow is good. And number 3, investing in the future and your future self. I think that's important too. Every level of success requires another level of commitment. So I'm going to leave that there. All right. So financial freedom. I'm like, now I don't know necessarily by like, I get a little slump at around 2:00, if I'm being honest with you. And then I take a moment down and then I get back going again. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's, crash. But anyway, okay, guys. So financial freedom. Now, for those of you who said, investments are non-negotiable. And I am a firm believer that yes, if you haven't read Profit First, do it. It could be a game changer for you. We we use a lot of it. Now, I don't follow it to a T, if I'm being really honest with you. I don't follow Profit First exactly to a T with all the different accounts that he necessarily sets up. But we use the framework, we use the idea, and yes, we give ourselves, all of my businesses. I say all my business because we have multiple. I get my salary, I get my paycheck, and then obviously we have our profit distributions that we take quarterly. So there's lots of different things that happen there, but also investing in your future. Can I tell you how many? If I had a nickel every time a studio owner told me that they have no retirement accounts or no retirement funds, and they're in their 30s or 40s or even 50s, I could probably retire just off of that if I had a nickel every time, right? Which actually makes me really sad. It also gets me a little fired up, and y'all know how I get, and that's why I'm here standing on my soapbox. My friends, investing in your future is non-negotiable. If you do not have support when it comes to 401ks, Roth, like whatever it is, if you don't know where to start, let me know. I can connect you with people because you need to take care of you and your future self. And so many times we put that on the back burner because we feel like, oh, we're barely making it as it is. How can I think about that? But how can you not think about that? And it doesn't have to be this massive thing. If we start soon, if we start now, like if you are, in your 20s, in your 30s, and you say, I can only do like $25 a month, start with that. And it compounds, my friends. Can we do a little check-in without judgment? How many people here have been investing in their retirement funds? I mean, me, obviously, I'm preaching it. I better be doing it, right? Um, Practice what you preach. So, yes, compound interest is magic. It sure is. Compound interest is magic. And my friends, that's why it is so important. The other thing, I'm going to say this with all the love that I can. People ask me, how do you get, teachers? How do you get people to stay? How do when it comes to a place? And you guys, it comes down to there's there's many reasons that they stay and they love us. But, right? Again, benefits packages are huge for people. And this is how I've got some really amazing staff to stay over the years because we offer them 401k. We offer them paid time off. We offer them because here's the thing. I went back. I mean, obviously I put on that corporate HR hat and I think about like, well, what are they hoping for? Now, if you look out into your community and into your competitors, I'm going to say probably 95% of the time, and that's probably being generous, no other studios in your area are offering amazing benefits packages to their staff. Because the thought is, oh my gosh, that's going to be so expensive for me. I can't afford that. But sometimes, if we shift up until now, I thought that. But when I looked at my retention data and when I look at what it's actually costing me versus turnover, I can't afford not to. Things are more competitive than ever. And long gone are the days of people who, go into a job and stay there and, have one place that they go to and retire from that place. Those days are long gone, my friends. I mean, it is very, very rare. Nowadays, the trend is like, go get some, and then the next place that's going to give you the next best offer, go for it. When I'm looking at resumes, I'm seeing people who are like, oh, I was here for 6 months. I was here for a year and a half. I was here for 2 years. Like, and they're bouncing and they're climbing their ladder in a different way. Okay. So how do we stay competitive with financial for our team? Is great benefits packages. Hope that wasn't too much of a tangent for y'all because it did kind of go this way. Okay. So my friends, financial freedom can be there for you. You guys, it's just math. It's just math. And if you don't understand the math, then let's talk, okay? But we can help you with the math to figure out how do you get to the number that you want to feel secure and feel like you have freedom to breathe and do all the things that you want, all right? The next thing is time. If you are yearning, I know someone said they're yearning to have a studio that runs without them. So they have more time. Again, we can do this. We just have to be intentional about it. And we also need to know what is the trade-off. Okay. What's the trade-off? So it's going back to story time, right? So when I first started that business, when I left the corporate HR gig and I started that business, it was me. I was solopreneur. I was doing it all. I was teaching the classes. I was doing the admin, all the things. I was going out and getting more business. Like I was doing all the things, right? And then I got to a place where I was, teaching like 27 classes a week, 27, 28 classes a week. And my schedule was full. And it came to a place where I had that moment of, okay, I can't do this and continue to grow. So what was the next step? Well, I'm always a believer in kind of like doing maybe a step approach because there tends to be any like boomerang or backlash in ourselves and in our systems because we can see and roll them out. Maybe I say slowly, but we roll them out a little bit. So that's what I did. I said, okay, I'm going to hire someone to teach 2 days a week for me, and I'll teach the other 3. Two days a week to do the admin and to do the recruiting and to grow the business. And then So, and then 3 days a week, right? And then 4 days, and then, right? So, and then I removed myself from the teaching aspect. So that was first for me. And then, same thing happened with the administrative stuff, started to teach somebody else. So I could remove myself and really be the one to just be the leader and the decision maker when it came to the big things. So, and I got really clear on what do I want to do for myself first, me and my family first, and then everything else gets scheduled around that. So, I really was intentional about creating a business that served my family first because my family is the most important thing, right? So, what does that look like? So, when I am planning out, my big old calendar for the year, and when I'm planning all these things out, before I put anything else in, I put in my family time, my time that's committed to me and my spouse, to my husband, my self-care time, what I need to do for myself, that goes in first before anything else. Then comes those major chunks like big event dates and, you know, conferences and whatnot. And, there's been times like a couple years ago where I didn't go to some of the normal summer conferences that I would have gone to because it didn't align with my values and my goals for our family because it landed on my birthday, right? And birthdays to me are meant to be spent with my family and not working. So I said no. It was easy to say no because it wasn't in alignment. Okay. So I always start with that. So my time is protected first. It gets put into the calendar, and then I can create a strategic plan onto how to make all the other things happen with my team through delegation or through getting rid of crap that doesn't matter in my business. Because there was times where I was doing things that really didn't move the needle forward because I thought I needed to do them because either that's always the way it was when I was a kid growing up, like in the studio, or that's what I've been taught to be true. And so when I started really thinking about like what makes sense for me and my business and my families, you guys, I don't even do a huge recital anymore because it didn't bring me the joy. And when I looked at our business model and what we were doing, it didn't really matter. So I do it. And when I tell people I don't do it, they're like, what? Didn't bring me joy the way that I want to. And not because, there weren't systems in place or any of that. It was taking time away from me and my family. So I kind of kicked it to the curb. Now, I'm not saying we don't do any sort of showcase or anything, you guys. I just want you to know that there's still performance opportunities inside of our business. But I had to look at what makes sense for me and my business and my family and what aligns with our values. So if something isn't bringing you joy, then change it. And if you can't change it, change your perspective, right? I just posted that quote from Maya Angelou. Okay, so my friends, now travel. Let me know below who loves to travel. I actually did a post recently inside of our group asking basically like if you were to win something, what would be something that you would love to win, but you may not buy for yourself? And there was quite a few people that said like a vacation, time off, right? Who here loves a good vacation and time off? Let me know. I drink this. I don't know. Okay. I loved it. Heck yes. My people, because I do feel like if you are in my camp and my community, you probably love traveling as much as I do. I think, okay, I might be as so bold to say, nobody ever really wants a job. Like, I just want to travel the world and eat yummy food and meet cool people. That's what I really want. No, I mean, I love, and that's why I think that, truth be told, that this coaching and consulting company is so great for us through Dance Studio Empire and Airborne Coaching, because I get to like pair the things that I love. I love educating. I'm an educator, right? Whether it's little tiny babies or grown adults. I love educating. I love being of service. I love sharing. I love when the light bulbs go off and the aha moments and really like seeing the transformation happen. So I'm an educator. I love educating. But the beautiful thing about me doing what I get to do is I get to travel to places and meet you guys and show up and see different places. Like, it's kind of this beautiful partnership and marriage that just happens. And we crafted it that way. And so if you are a lover of travel, you are my people. You are my people. I love to travel. I do. And if I can figure, out a way to travel all the time, I will do. I think sometimes, so if I could be honest with you, so my husband, love him. I love to plan the travel. That is not his thing. He gets annoyed by it. He loves all the vacation parts once we get there, but the lead up to it, he's not a fan of. I don't know. I'm like, ooh, let me plan this. I get so excited about it. Da, da, da. And he's like, "Ugh, once I get there, I'll be fine." Like, he doesn't like the lead up. He hates packing. He hates having to go, to the airport. He hates to fly, all of that. But whenever we get in the destination of wherever we're going, great time. Anybody else have a partner like that? Let me know. Okay, so for y'all who love to travel, drop in the comments below, where do you want to go next? Let me know. I want to know. Now, I have to tell you that I have a client who I adore. She is in Ireland, and she helped me go ahead and put together the Dance Studio Owners Ireland Business Retreat that's happening in November, y'all. It is a small, intimate group. There will be only 10 of us. And this is your chance to not only travel the world, but have it be a tax write-off. We have built in, oh my gosh, time to rest and relax and rejuvenate, have a moment. We've built in excursions and fun and adventure and discovery, and of course, learning and getting shiz done. So Jennifer Randall and myself have put together the Ireland Business Retreat for Dance Studio Owners. And my friends, if you are interested in learning more about how you could travel with us to Ireland, so good. It's an all-inclusive retreat. You just got to get yourself to Ireland, right? But my friends, it is going to be 5 days of magic, business building, growth, and really getting yourself set up for the next level of success. So I'm going to go ahead. Like I said, if you have questions about it, you can go to the website. You can take a look at it. We have private rooms. We have shared rooms. We have payment plans. We have all the options. If you wanted to bring your partner or your spouse, we have an option for that as well. So if you have questions, absolutely drop the word Ireland below, and we will chat about it and see if it's the right fit for you and for what your goals are in your business. Because the beautiful thing about this is not a cookie cutter situation. Jennifer Randall and I are going to be meeting with each individual studio owner and really diving into your unique studio, your unique goals, and creating custom plans tailored for you in real time. So you are going to leave and know exactly what you need to do and know how to implement it. Okay. So my friends, if you love to travel, drop the word Ireland below if you want more information about joining us in Ireland in November for the Dance Studio Owners Ireland business retreat, my friends. Let me go ahead and get in here. I bet you I can. Let me see. Okay, so my friends, drop the word Ireland below if you want more information, and we could do that. The big thing, my friends, the big thing here is when you're setting yourself up for success right now for a year ahead, I would love for you to think about what does the dream look like? And how do we create a plan together to get you there? Because if you are feeling like you don't have freedom, whether it's financial freedom, time freedom, travel freedom, right? All those sort of things. If you don't have that, if you are feeling like a slave to your business, or if you are feeling like you aren't hitting the next level of success, then we have to create an intentional plan to change it. But that plan has to sometimes start with getting uncomfortable and being okay with change. And that part, my friends, is really the hard part. It really is the hard part. But if we root ourselves in the decision, I decided I am going to decide, right, that XYZ is no longer suiting me and this is where I'm going to be, then magic can happen for you, I promise. And oh my goodness, Alicia, I cannot believe that you're here right now, even though you're in recovery. And I'm so glad that you did it because I know you're worried about that. I hope you don't want to share it. So we need to celebrate her because she was a little worried about having this surgery. And so I'm so proud of you. Okay, anyway, sorry. Okay, so my friends, I'm going to leave you there for today. What does freedom look like for you? And if you want to take some time, jot down some notes, send me a message with them too. You could put them here. You can send me a message so I can help keep you accountable for those sort of things and living those out. But my friends, it all starts with a decision, and it starts with you getting crystal clear on what does freedom look like to you. And then you have to decide your business is you're going to leverage your business to provide you with what you want. Build a business that serves you first. And I know that might sound a little, right? Because we all have these feelings about what should and shouldn't be. But the truth is that we are in business to make money, number one, to give you financial freedom. We are in business to make an impact, right? But you can't keep doing that if you're not making any money. So there's that. A lot of us are here to build a legacy or to leave a legacy. And some of us are here to build an empire, right? And all that, comes with. So my friends, what does freedom look like to you? Let us know. Let me know. Let us know how we can support you in reaching and attaining those goals for yourself when it comes to financial, time, and travel. When it comes down to, like my big things are making an impact, leaving a legacy, and building an empire. And I'm committed to finding ways for you to do that, to meet all those freedoms, those financial, those times, the travel, right? Because that's what I think it's kind of all about. That's what it's all about. Okay, so my friends, let me know if you have questions about the Ireland retreat. We have some of the rooms are already gone. So I think that this is going to be a do not miss event this November. And so if you have questions about it, drop the word Ireland below. I will get to myself or Jennifer Randall will get to you. We will talk to you and be able to work those out for you. And my friends, until next week, I hope that you have a fantastic weekend. I've got some really exciting, I told you July because it's my birthday month. We have a lot of exciting news that we're dropping. We dropped about the Ireland retreat. So that was the first announcement. Next Friday, I am announcing the next big announcement because we are celebrating my birthday month. And so you do not want to miss the next episode of the Erin Bird Live Show where we talk about business, we share strategy and tips and tricks. and obviously have a little bit of fun and spread some joy. So I'm going to leave you there. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, my friends, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye, guys.